Okay guys, so the mess just keeps missing. The people are saying that Cardi B has kicked her husband Kenneth Petty to the curb and sent him back to his granny's house. And it's all behind an alleged baby. We'll get into all of that, but before we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on your notifications. So you guys, this weekend has been crazy between Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. And now people are saying Cardi B has kicked her husband Kenneth Petty out of the house. Listen, this is where it all originated. There was a blind item on Twitter that said the husband of this foreign-born former A+ list rapper got another woman pregnant. And listen, everybody took this and ran. They took this to mean that it was Cardi B and Kenneth Petty that this blind item was talking about. So, you can only imagine that people started digging. Well, they were able to dig up everything except for this baby mama and this baby. They were able to conclude, as you can see here by this blog on Twitter, Red Media, that Kenneth Petty does not currently use the LA home that him and Cardi B occupied with their son. He no longer uses that as his address when it comes to registering. So, Red Media said Cardi B and her husband have allegedly separated following a recent change of home address on Kenneth Petty's profile on the registry. This comes after a rumor broke out that Kenneth Petty cheated on her and got another woman pregnant. So, as you can see down at the bottom, they do show the home that he does now have listed on his registry. As you guys can see here, this is the home that he does have listed. In the other image, I blocked out the address because we are not trying to dox anyone. But, as you can see here, this home does appear to be a little bit more worn. It's in the hood. And a lot of people are saying that it's his granny's house. Now listen, I don't know how true that is, but that's what the people are saying. You even have people that are saying that prior to him updating the registry with that home, the home that appears to be his granny's, he was staying in a hotel. So they are saying that this is the cheap hotel he was living in since Nicki kicked him out. So that was the address that was on the registry prior to this last one. And then you have this other blog on Twitter that said Kenneth Petty's address has been updated to a new address. This address is no longer assigned to the Cardi B California mansion that she currently owns. Either this is a relative of Kenneth's home, so that Nicki's address will no longer be on the registry, or he is gone. So that's the two arguments, or the two debates online. One debate is yes, she got rid of him because of that blind item, and because he does have a child on the way. A child that no one can seem to find, a baby mama that no one can seem to find, or that she just simply had the address removed and him updating the registry to a totally different address so that her address would no longer be public. Although, we kind of already know what it is because it's been so public for so long because of this registry. But that's what a lot of people are saying. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards because if you guys remember, just a couple of weeks ago, I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was an intruder that was arrested on Cardi B's property. Now, she wasn't there. However, it was still a situation where this man was able to not only breach her property, but he was walking around. Now, the sheriffs did arrest him and he is behind bars, so that's a good thing. But I think that all of this is just a ruse for her to pretty much get her address off of the registry, which is really illegal. Because when you are with a convicted offender, it's not about your privacy, it's about the safety of those that are around you. That's what Megan's Law is about, making sure that people are aware who's living around them. So, this is not legal if that is what she's doing. And I believe it's what she's doing. Now, do I think she left Kenneth Petty? Absolutely not. Do I think that there's probably a child on the way? There could absolutely probably be another child on the way. It could be 3 or 4. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe the blind item that Kenneth Petty did have an outside child and Cardi B has finally come to her senses and kicked him out? Or do you believe that this is all a ruse so that she can get her address off of the registry to make sure that it's not public? Let me know your thoughts and opinions and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.
Nicki Minaj has parted ways with her husband Kenneth Petty following him getting a woman pregnant. I don't know if that's true or not. I do know if people have a screenshot his current location that's public to his shady past, and they noticed that his address went from Nicki's mansion in California to literally a small home in New York. People on the internet are saying that he possibly got a woman pregnant because a page that predicted Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion breaking up said that he is. Like, that is a terrible reason. Don't know if that's true. What I do know is Nicki probably was tired of having her address made public. public. She has been a victim of swats many times, and there's been multiple instances regarding people showing up to her home uninvited and unannounced. So if this is a Hail Mary effort to try to get her address offline, according to Twitter, she's been staying in New York a lot recently. Maybe she doesn't want the address she's staying at in New York made public. That would definitely make more sense to me. I don't know about this pregnancy story. The lady come forward saying that she smashed him or saying that she had some dealings with him, maybe. But as for now, it's just rumors on the internet. I'm curious to know what y'all think regarding this. There's Clay and Megan breaking up. Now news that Nicki has split with her husband allegedly. Throw y'all thoughts in the comments. Peace.
Minaj had to put her husband, Kenneth Petty, out. And it seems like this information was discovered because, as y'all know, he's a registered offender, and it looks like his address in the registry has changed back to Jamaica, Queens, according to Vlad TV. And they're also alleging that this might have all happened because he got another woman pregnant. Yikes, no pun intended. In case you all don't know the backstory of Kenneth Petty becoming a registered offender, in 1995, he was convicted of a 16-year-old girl. He served about 4 years in prison, and then after he was released, he was required to register as an offender because of laws like Megan's Law. If you remember, Megan Thee Stallion had a line in her song, His, where she said, "Y'all be mad at me, y'all need to be mad at Megan's Law." Then in 2022, Kenneth Petty was arrested for not registering in the location that he moved to with Nicki Minaj, which was in California, their beautiful $20 million mansion. Well, now it looks like he's no longer registered to that mansion in California, but he's registered to a home in Jamaica, Queens. Y'all think this is going to be good for Nicki Minaj?